Tip-off goes to Houston. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Duncan in at the center. The Houston Rockets are built around the three-point shot. Make no mistake about it, they set a record for a single season in team-made threes. They have so many guys that can hoist it up and hit.
Yeah, and they all have the green light to do so. Last year, you talked about leading the NBA in percentage of shots from beyond the arc, and it wasn't even close.
Here's Parker following the basket by Yunus.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep.
Parker against Ariza. Parker with another miss.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Ariza. No good. And the Spurs going the other way now. Leonard dishes to Green. Outside Aldridge. And the three ball is good.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it'll dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Here's Beverly. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Beverly's got his second basket of the night.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Leonard. Unloads. Nice shot from the wing. Leonard's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
For a long time in San Antonio, it's been about the big three, and rightfully so with all their wins, and Kawhi Leonard seems to be their future.
And Kawhi and the big three recognize that and are trying to ease the transition period. And if you know the Spurs, they'll make a smooth transition, won't they, Kevin?
Absolutely. Outside Howard, and that one's good.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
It's Parker outside. No good. And it's Houston the other way.
And guys, for Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs, Coach Popovich already sees him as the next guy. He told Leonard not to think of the big three, but to think of himself as the big one.
And here is Parker following Yunus' three. Trains the three while he's being fouled, and he might be able to make this a 4-point play.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
And guys, with what Popovich said about Leonard, small things like that can be the catalyst to get a player to reach greatness. Sooner or later, this will be Kawhi's team.
Stolen by Beverly. On up the court. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. And Houston again with the bucket.
Couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
And San Antonio. Calls the first time. Guys Reds, I'm not sure there's a better star player who's a better fit for his team's philosophy than James Harden. Clark reflects the Rocket system perfectly.
I don't think you're wrong on that, Kevin. I mean, the Rockets, an analytically minded team. They love layups, free throws, and threes. Harden can get all of those done.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Beasley comes in for Monty Eunice. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And Harden, either intentionally or not, is really the poster child for a new era of analytics that's starting to drive basketball. I mean, he generates a lot of points, but most importantly, he does it with tremendous efficiency, in part because he lives at the free throw line. What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Shots good by Mills.
And, you know, for the Rockets, acquiring James Harden might be the trade big way.
Here's Mills following the basket by Dwight Howard. And Mills kicks to Anderson. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
And, guys, every time we think Patty Mills is going to take the next step in his development, he takes a step back. Last season, he shot career lows from the field and behind the arc after having one of his best ever campaigns the year before. That really just makes a coach pull his hair out. Unfortunately, for me, I don't have it. Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And again, it's San Antonio with a three. Well, back to Mills. The Spurs could have used his contributions last year. Parker was hobbled. Corey Joseph was still learning. Mills didn't put together consistent efforts and ended up losing minutes, Clark, because of it.
Yeah, you know, Mills had the opportunity to make an impact for a championship contender. That chance doesn't come very often. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the most of it.
And that one's good.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
No good from Beasley. Spurs trail by 7. From deep. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Twelve seconds left to play here in the first. Releases. And again, the Rockets good for 2. Three-pointer. And it's Patty Mills with the 3. Mills has got 14 points.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Rockets lead by 6. And the second quarter. And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk for him. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Beasley out there with Howard. And it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. San Antonio making a switch here. Duncan's checked in.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
The drive by Green. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Duncan. Offensive rebound, Spurs. The 3 ball. Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut down to 4 on the bucket from Green.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. And the rejection by Harden. On defense, Houston. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Leonard attacking. Beasley with the rebound.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
And the second player taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State, has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country. But now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue he's the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent point. And Mills kicks to Leonard, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And thinking about Michael Beasley's career now, he did have a breakout season in 10 and 11 with the Timberwolves. It was enough to land him a 3-year, $18 million contract with the Suns a couple years ago. Arrow seemed to be pointing up, but then things headed south quickly.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
Yeah, and he's kept them close enough to be within striking range. I mean, the deficit would be much larger if not for the efficiency of his play.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second. And for last season, it was really just a victory for Beasley to get back in the league. I mean, did not start the season on any team. No doubt he has the skills, but something needs to happen for him in order to stay.
Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. San Antonio also making some changes. Ginobili comes in for Green, and Tony Parker is subbed in for Patty Mills. It's Parker outside, and the shot is good.
Kid, you ready?
Parker's got 5.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
And now the fast break, Ginobili with the ball. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Houston making a switch here. Capella's checked in, then for the Spurs. Anderson, he's checked in for Aldridge. And Martin subbed in for Kawhi Leonard.
2 minutes to
Left side, Martin. Beyond the arc. Good. Martin's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game of them, and now you know that is the case.
Beasley for three. That is good. Beasley's got 5 points now this quarter.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Here's San Antonio now. They're on a 17-7 run. Here's Beverly. Duncan with the block. And it's Houston with another.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Ginobili gets a wide open look. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And that one's good. Beverly.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Matajunas is checked in for the Rockets. David West, he's checked in for San Antonio. For three, Beasley. Takes a three. And again, it's San Antonio with a three. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game. And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play.
And a pretty tightly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie John. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They have a 2-point lead. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, quite simply,
and that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
So far in the game for Mills, 22 points, and he's buried a ton of three-pointers in this game, too.
Yeah, I think we need a calculator to keep track of just how many of those he's knocked down.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times. And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
And that one's good by Aldridge.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
Rockets trail by 5.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
Duncan gets a wide open look. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And it's Beverly missing. Beverly against Leonard. Again, Leonard missing.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
And he gets... to go.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
The Spurs making a switch here. Mills is checked in. Rockets trail by 6. Lets it go with a 3. And that one's good. Beverly's got 19 points.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
And it's good.
And you talk about getting back into the game, folks. 3 is better than 2.
Always simple math. That's that UNLV education coming to play. He knows all about that as well. Most of his points have been three-point shots.
Come on now. We got calculus at our school.
And stolen by Aldridge. From downtown, and again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
San Antonio leading by 6.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the 2nd spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6th going into the final games.
Here's Leonard. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
That's good.
The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
When you think of James Harden, you don't think much about his athleticism. His strength, though, is exceptional for his position.
Yeah, I think that's his greatest attribute. His ball handling's good, but it's his strength. He's able to run through contact.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Monty Eunice. David West, he's checked in for the Spurs. Martin comes in for Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
And the Rockets making a change here. McDaniels checked in. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Ariza. And San Antonio shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field.
And Harden able to get wherever he wants on the court. I mean, he can muscle you, but he's also got that Euro step and all those moves that just leave you in a dizzy.
And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Green kicks it to West. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And the Spurs lead by 2.
You know, and Hardy, you think about how elusive he is, but at the same time, he's a guy that seeks contact. I mean, he'll entice a defender to try and reach in, and a master salesman when it comes to getting those refs to blow the whistle.
No problems knocking that one down. Mills has got 28 points for the game.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second. Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Feeds it to West. From deep three-point range. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Let's go.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on him.
The shot by McDaniels, no good.
They better clear a spot on the bench for him because that's where he's headed if he continues to take shots like that.
And I would venture to say, Greg, it will be the last spot on the bench as well.
And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. Boris Diaz checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. Took him no time at all on that one. McDaniels got 7 points in the game. San Antonio leading.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
What an exhibition he's putting on today. This is about as hot as you can get.
And he gets it to go. 24 seconds left in the third. Mills with it. He's got 31. It's deflected. Beverly the pass to Beasley. McDaniels gets to Ariza. And another three for Houston.
It's a tight one. Neither team really able to create any separation.
We've been going back and forth, partner. It's been really, really tight so far.
The three from Mills. And he drains the three, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Here is Harden. Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Montiunas out there with Brewer, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. Being full throttle ahead.
Houston in the lead. From deep. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 3rd rebound tonight. 13 feet away. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Harden takes to Capella, and Boris Diaw picks up the foul. Howard's checked in for Houston. The Spurs also changing it up. Duncan, he's checked in for West. Aldridge comes in for Boris Diaw. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. From deep, Harden. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there. Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
For Houston, they've gone 2 of the fourth quarter. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Brewer. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And the Rockets lead by 3.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
That one from long range. And that's now 27 points for Parker.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
This guy knows how to get it done. He knows what he's doing out there. Nice job from the three-point line this half.
From outside the arc, it's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 5 rebounds tonight. Harden gets to Montiunas. Here's Brewer. San Antonio with the rebound. Outside Leonard takes a 3, and the shot is good. Leonard's got it all tied up now for San Antonio.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach was giving to his team. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Spurs trail by 3. Parker with a clean look, and the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That is his first foul of the game.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back and doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous. He's showing no signs of letting up here.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points.
And Parker with the block. It's 2-on-1. Lets it go with a 3. That's good. Parker's got 30 points.
And what's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
Eunice's shot is good.
Locked and loaded tonight. Whenever he's got any kind of a decent look, he's knocked it down.
Well, sans his lights-out shooting, they'd be staring at a huge deficit.
And here's Green outside. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And the three-point shot has just been money so far tonight.
Takes the 3. And another 3 for Houston.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And, Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them, and as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
And he gets the bucket.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
Spurs trail by 5. There's Parker with the 3. Good. Parker's got 36.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Eunice no luck.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
Harden with it. Now Green defending. Harden gets the bucket.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Parker. They get the rebound. Aldridge kicks to Duncan. Parker against Beverly. Second chance shot. And it's San Antonio with another.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
From deep, Harden. Add that basket to his impressive total. Brings him to 10 for 14.
He's been on a tear from the three-point line this game.
Parker outside from beyond the arc and then some. Parker's got 41.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him. Oh, they give it up and then get the lead right back. 2 triples back-to-back. And the momentum swing in this game is ridiculous.
Man, I thought you were going to lose complete control. The fans and you going wacko over here on the edge of their seats. Sit down, Greg. Give me some room over here.
Oh, jeez.
Parker double teamed to the right side. Here's Duncan. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And the Spurs lead by 3.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
Man, I tell you, partner, this has been some fun basketball, and they don't look like they're slowing down at all. You better strap your seatbelt on here.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's the Rockets on the break. Beverly with the ball.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Parker. The 3. Gets the three to fall.
And you can see it in his eyes right now. Parker is going for the jugular.
For the three. That's good from Howard, and the assist by Harden.
Well, it's a scary sight when Howard starts lighting it up like this.
Knocked away. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Here's San Antonio now.
Still a chance here, but they need to score.
I really agree, but it has to happen on every possession. They need points every trip.
And the three-point shot really has been their best friend here tonight.
Well, you know, shooting has got them in a position to win this game now, and with the clock winding down and the score where it is, well, I think his green light is always on, and it's going to stay on here.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the three. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick two. I think they've got to look for a quality three to try to tie this thing up based on where the clock is right now.
Timeout call for Rockets. .12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That's his first foul. Here is Harden. Releases. Yes! James Harden. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. 1 second left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
He caught it! My goodness! Down it goes at the buzzer. Boy, it doesn't get any better than that.
Phenomenal finish. A three at the horn. Are you?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Tony Parker. It was one of the